President Juncker for his leadership in these weeks, Frans, Dimitris, and all the other commissioners with whom we have worked in these weeks to make this agenda possible, ready, and approved this morning. I think it was an excellent teamwork, a very good demonstration of the fact that European institutions can work properly and fast if the political will is there. We are facing an unprecedented situation, an exceptional, dramatic situation that requires an unprecedented and exceptional action. And we all shared in these days a sense of urgency and also the need to take common, concrete, substantial responsibility. And I would say that the news today is that the European Union is ready to take this sense of urgency and this sense of responsibility as Europeans. This is the change, the step that we've done in a very significant way, I think, in the last weeks. The response is finally European. And it is also, as we say in European terminology, I don't necessarily like it very much, but you know what I refer to, it's a comprehensive response. It means that it tackles all different aspects of a problem that is complex. It's not going to be solved from today to tomorrow, but on which we have, as Europeans, putting together European institutions and member states, we have a set of European policies that can be put together. And we're doing that in an integrated, in a coordinated way, all different aspects of our work, from the diplomatic one to the investment in development cooperation, the coherence of our trade policy, our environmental policies, the work on climate change, on humanitarian aid, on regional and international cooperation, and internal policies on migration and asylum. Finally, we not only have a European response, but we have an integrated European response. On the structural, long-term objectives and on the immediate urgencies, as Frans was very well underlying. The structural long-term objectives, obviously solving the root causes of this immense flow of people that is not going to stop tomorrow. And the immediate urgencies, saving lives, first of all, taking care of the lives we save, as Frans was mentioning, in accordance with all the relevant international conventions, sharing responsibility to protect the people we save, and fighting the traffickers and smugglers' organizations. Now, I believe that sharing responsibilities at home, sharing responsibilities in the European Union, in particular through sharing responsibility on resettlement and relocation, on which Dimitris will go more in detail, is also part of our credibility when we look for cooperation and solidarity at an international level. Sharing responsibilities in the European Union is also the basis for our credibility in our relationship with the partners and the international system, starting from the relation we have with the UN system and with the UNHCR. The schemes that are contained in the agenda respond to the need of filling the target proposed by the UNHCR to the European Union, and we all know that the cooperation with the UNHCR is essential if we want to have a sustainable response to this phenomenon. And I expect coherence and consistency from all member states, as this is natural follow-up of the call that the European Council on the 23rd of April raised after the tragedies we faced in the Mediterranean Sea. Shared responsibility among Europeans also means that we have a good basis to share responsibility with our partners in the region, in the world, and with the international community. Let me come to the external elements of the agenda that are very strictly integrated with the internal aspects of it. First, our work on the root causes. This means increasing our engagement on conflict prevention, crisis management, starting from the areas of conflict from where the majority of people are fleeing in these times: Middle East, Syria, and Libya. Increasing our work with the African Union, with African and Arab countries in particular, countries of origin, on poverty eradication. We have a UN agenda on this. especially looking at September, the post-2015 agenda, and our work with our partners in the world on economic and social development is fundamental if we want to look at what will happen not only tomorrow, but also 5, 10, 20 years from now. Third element, our work on climate change. Seems not related to this, but the work we do with our partners in the world and in the region on natural disasters management and on climate change also will have an effect on the movement of people in the decades that will come. Second element, the cooperation in the immediate term with countries of origin and transit on different elements: border management, humanitarian protection, and fight to traffickers and smugglers. I can give you the news that just this morning we decided to reinforce the European Union civilian mission EUCAP Sahel, Niger. We will have an increase of presence of European presence, including in Agadez, a major trafficking hub on the road to Libya, to assist in the best possible way the Nigerian authorities to tackle an issue that is getting dramatic once the people move from Niger to Libya. Working before people are brought to Libya is a way of tackling the issue in a smart way. And we know that 90% of the flow of people from Western Africa travel through Niger. So this is going to be key in cooperation with the Nigerian authorities, in cooperation with the UNHCR and the IOM. And obviously, I mentioned Libya. This is, I guess, going to be also an element for questions. But as you might have noticed, we have increased even more our level of engagement with all different Libyan parties in these days to make sure that we can work with each of them to fight the trafficking and the smuggling of human beings on the Libyan territories. We are looking to partnership with the Libyans in this respect. And obviously, we are working in close, say, daily coordination with Bernardino Leon and with the UN-led dialogue process that we are assisting in all possible ways. When it comes to the cooperation, still in the chapter of cooperation with countries of origin and transit, let me also say that we are working hard to have a summit in Malta later this year between the European Union, the African Union, and key countries in the Khartoum and Rabat process in cooperation with President Juncker and President Tusk. This will be extremely helpful to work in partnership and build a network of responsibilities, not only in Europe, but also in the rest of the world. Because it is a shared interest and a shared responsibility, not only of Europeans, but also of African countries to tackle this issue effectively. Third element of the external action we're taking in immediate response to the tragedies we see at sea is, as you know, the deployment of a CSDP naval operation that will be different but complementary to Triton and Poseidon that, as you know, have a different mandate. The mandate of this new operation will be to disrupt the business model of the trafficking and smuggling organizations. We have worked in the last weeks after the European Council that on the 23rd of April asked me to prepare options. In less than a couple of weeks, we prepared these options. We proposed them to the member states. They are now on the table of ministers of defense and foreign affairs that I expect will be able to take a first decision next Monday when we will have a joint ministerial meeting of foreign and defense ministers to take the first decisions to have this naval operation in place. As you know, this is a work that we're doing in the full respect and even more of the international legal framework. That's why I've been working also with the UN Security Council, with the UN system, and with the member states that are sitting in the UN Security Council, and not only them, in these days, to make sure that the work we do at the European level and the work we do in the UN system go hand in hand, building cooperation and partnership around the common challenges we have. Thank you very much.
Thank you.